Well, Alex, another year gone. We're into 2018 now. This is the first vlog of 2018. Yay!
Well, it's the first joint vlog of 2018 because I had my solo vlog for I, Tonya this year.
Doesn't count. 2017 film.
Still counts.
Doesn't count. 2017 film.
But it came out.
Okay, so first film in 2018.
It released wide in 2018. Let's be clear. It released wide in 2018.
Still 2017. Still being considered for 2017 Oscars.
Because, God damn it. I can't help it if it had 2017 limited release. What do I look like? I live in LA?
You want me to answer that question? I mean, with all the people that have called you the hipster of the podcast, I mean, technically.
Hipsters live in San Francisco.
They live in LA too. So anyway, yeah, this is the first vlog of 2018, and how appropriate that we're starting things off with a Marvel movie. That's a nice way to kick off the year.
Yeah,
because you know that you're at least going. Well, I mean,
you hope.
I was gonna say like you know you're gonna enjoy a Marvel movie, but then Spider-Man: Homecoming.
Yeah, so Spider-Man: Homecoming.
And apparently, like we were in the minority for Thor Ragnarok. I actually have talked to a number of people, and I was supposed to hate Thor Ragnarok. I don't know why.
It's all right.
No, it was fine. So yeah, welcome to our vlog of Black Panther. Now, this is a movie I've been looking forward to for a long time. When it hit the Marvel roster, I was ecstatic because, you know, I was like already speculating on who could be the Panther. How would they do Wakanda? How would they do a lot of these elements? I'm not the biggest Black Panther fan. I've read a few comics. I've seen the Black Panther make appearances in various Marvel movies and things like that. And I've always been interested in it because it's, well, I'll get to that in a second, but yeah, so I've been excited since they announced it, but also since we saw Chadwick Boseman don the costume in Infinity War. I don't know, where were you standing on that when we saw him?
I didn't really have any strong thoughts because I didn't know anything about Black Panther going into this. I was just, cool, another Marvel movie, another Marvel hero.
I'm saying like based off of what you saw of him in Infinity War.
Oh, well, in Infinity War.
Or not Infinity War, sorry. Civil War.
Civil War, yeah. Yeah, I liked him in Civil War. He was pretty cool there.
Yeah, he had a lot of really great interactions, and the suit itself looked pretty freaking awesome in what he was able to pull off with it. But, you know, I was excited for it. I think I even hyped it to you. I'm just like, holy crap, we're going to get a Black Panther movie. And you have no idea like what exactly you're walking into with Black Panther. So, as you guys already know, the vlog format has kind of changed. We're not doing the whole going into the story and everything like that. If you want to go into the story, then well, go see the movie. So basically, we're going to approach this and we're going to go spoiler heavy because we're assuming that if you're watching this, you've seen the movie. So let's just go ahead and start off with the best parts of. So we've gone into like what we were thinking going in. What was the best? Well, I guess the next logical step is like, how did we feel about what we saw, kind of thing, and then we'll go into best and worst.
I enjoyed the movie overall. I had a good time with it.
Yeah. For me, it was actually really, really enjoyable. It was probably a little bit better than my expectations, especially since I don't know too many Black Panther villains, and Killmonger is not one that I knew. So at that point, like I was walking into a brand spanking new villain and not really knowing what to expect. But this movie kind of overshot every expectation that I was going to have about the Black Panther. Especially considering, like I said, I've read some comics and I've seen some other Marvel media with Black Panther in it, and I don't hate it. Like the best way that I know how to describe it is I think the Black Panther is roughly a Marvel interpretation of not a steampunk. What's like a golden age pulp hero called the Phantom. You know, the movie with Billy Zane. We don't like to talk about it, although I don't hate that movie. But the Phantom is kind of the same concept. It's like it's a family of this mantle of a hero being passed down from father to son, and carrying on the legacy and ensuring the protection of the secrets that this family holds. And in this case, for the Black Panther, it is the kingdom of Wakanda, the advancements that they have compared to the rest of the world, and also the fact that they have way more vibranium than they tell the rest of the world. So like I said, I had some expectations of this film. This film overshot them, and there were some amazing shots in it. There were some just overall. Sorry, I'm getting into my best here, but maybe I should just stop talking.
No, go ahead. Just keep going. Okay. Even if you get into best, just go.
So my best aspects of the film, there were a lot of really awesome shots that were done very, very, very well. In particular, I loved a lot of the CG overviews of Wakanda itself. I also loved the shots that we got of the Jabari tribe. I'm going to call them the Man-Ape tribe because that's how I know them. The villain is one of the villains I know of is M'Baku the Man-Ape. And we got to see him, but he's not a villain by any stretch. But that whole building where you see like the ape or the gorilla holding it up, that was awesome to look at.
Yeah.
Even the Panther cave looked really, really good. The performances from, I want to say, a majority of the cast, there really wasn't too many that I questioned how they played their character, whether or not they played him woodenly or like in a wooden way or anything like that. I think we actually got amazing performances from most of the cast.
Yeah, we had a really good cast.
Yeah. I mean, if you want to say like there was a wooden actress in there, it would be the general, but I'm not going to call it wooden because she played that exactly how she needed to play it.
Yeah, I think it fits the character.
Yeah.
You know, she's not wooded, but she's very disciplined.
She's disciplined and she has to be staunch and unmoving. Mm-hmm. So at that point, like that made a lot of sense for her to be the way that she was. And look, if people want to call that performance wooden, I would like to point in, she got some really good humor just here and there. I especially love when she's talking in Wakandan in the CIA outpost, just saying if he continues to or if he does not let us walk away with Claw, I will literally impale him and put him on the other end of the room. Yeah. And then Martin Freeman just kind of looks over and goes, does she speak English? When I need to. It's like, yes, this is amazing. So yeah, I don't have too much to complain about here. I got more than what I thought I wanted out of it. What about you, Alex?
Yeah, I agree with pretty much everything you said. What I also really liked is a lot of the movie taking place in Wakanda, even though we had a few other locations, but most of it was Wakanda.
Yeah, we had Wakanda, we had South Korea, and we had a little bit of LA, or what was supposed to be LA, but I think it was actually filmed in Georgia. So
I think most of the movie was filmed in Georgia, except for the Korea bits.
The Korea bits, and I think they did actually do some filming in Africa.
Yeah,
just to fulfill that landscape. But yeah, sorry. Other positives for you?
Yeah, I really good, really solid casting all around, and you know, Chadwick Boseman is really good as Black Panther here, and you know, we had. I think it was Michael B. Jordan was Killmonger. Was Killmonger, yeah. You had Sterling K. Brown in the cast. He was really good. Lupita, how do you say her name?
Lupita
Nyong'o. Yeah, she was.
Which is technically like my first time seeing her live action. Like you brought to my attention that she was Maz.
Yeah.
Maz Kanata from Star Wars, but you know, that's Star Wars. That's CG and motion capture. And I never saw like 12 Years as a Slave. So. Right. I can't even think of another movie that I've seen where she's been in the cast and it's been live action. So this is like my first interaction with her. She actually was really good.
Yeah.
I'll at least say that. I mean, so we're both kind of singing this movie's praises. Let's start talking shit. Let's actually get into the negatives here. Was there actually a bad performance in the lot of it?
Cast wise, not really. I think everybody really stepped up and performed a really good casting. So we're back because Drak had to plug in the camera so it wouldn't die.
Yup. So we're talking negatives. Do we really think that there was a performance in there that was worse than what we wanted out of it?
No, not really. Again, I think the whole cast was really well picked. They did their parts very well.
Yeah.
Everybody was really good in this movie.
In a lot of cases, like there are a few where I would have wanted a little bit more for them to say. I kind of wanted more stuff from Daniel Kaluuya's character, being that they kind of post him as like a friend to T'Challa, like a brother, kind of brother in arms. And we only got like sneak peeks at his silent frustration because of the fact that T'Challa's father could not take care of Claw. I think that was kind of glossed over. I wish we could have gotten a little bit more out of that character, but especially the whole switch of, because this council is supposed to be all opposed towards it's supposed to be all opposed towards letting Wakandan technology leave Wakanda. Okay. And so at that point, I'll admit, like, Kaluuya's argument right off the bat just sounds to me like it wasn't very thought out. It was he was basically saying kill or be killed is what he was arguing. And I don't think that a kill or be killed argument would have worked on the Wakandan Council. I honestly think they've heard it before.
Yeah.
So at that point, that's a little bit of a gripe that I would have. I don't know. Maybe another gripe that I wished we could have gotten more on is Martin Freeman actually getting to know Wakandan society. Because that's kind of what I think they were trying to do with Martin Freeman's character, is that he gets brought into Wakanda and he needs to we know that the reason he has to be there is because he needs to understand why Wakanda keeps their secret, why Wakanda does not let vibranium go out into the rest of the world. And I think that was kind of glossed over because of the circumstances.
Yeah, and they don't really wrap up his character arc until the post-credit sequence.
No, I would have actually liked something where he went back to the CIA, he told them nothing.
Yeah.
Kind of thing. Because at that point, like having him in the Easter egg at the United Nations was kind of cool, but it didn't really resolve anything. Like we all could have immediately assumed that he debriefed the CIA, and now they know that this big meteor of vibranium exists in Wakanda.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's the problem, is like I have little gripes here and there, but I don't have necessarily big problems. I will admit, the Super Bowl moment, a lot of people wanted to know my opinions on it, which was when he his sister was driving the Lexus and they were about to get into a wreck, and all of a sudden he takes his claws and does like a sharp turn.
Yeah.
Because that's like the Super Bowl moment that got shown from Black Panther. Yeah, it looked cool, but at the same time, I was way more interested in other things that were happening. I honestly think, like, before that even happened, the general got to steal the show by literally impaling the car and then getting the car stuck on her spear.
Yeah, that was pretty cool.
That was pretty awesome. But like, I don't think that's a legitimate. You're showing off what the Black Panther can do, kind of thing.
Yeah, that's kind of the point. It's Black Panther.
Well, and you also have to show off that, like, it's not just his super strength, it's not just his super agility and everything like that. He's also a very smart hero. He's also, like, he knows how to use the world around him, as well as the assets that are literally at his fingertips, kind of thing. So I think all of that worked out really well. The other thing that I do like is Civil War kind of painted T'Challa as an aggressor, and this one pulled it back. I was actually really happy that they did that, because the comic T'Challa that I know of is a more peaceful sort. So I know why they did that in Civil War. Before, I could already see you kind of asking the question. I know why they did that. His dad just passed away.
Yeah.
And through violent means, and he's seeking revenge. But I like the fact that we then put the brakes on and had on camera T'Challa pursuing more peaceful ways to get what he wants. So, like, he's willing to work with the CIA to get Claw back, and he's willing to work with whomever to be able to get his objectives met. And I also did like the fact that because this is something else I know from the comics, is like he's the one king that is not very traditional.
Yeah.
He doesn't keep with Wakandan tradition and decide to keep in hiding or to resolve things internally or anything like that. He is instead like the more outward king and wants to build bridges, not build barriers. So I would say the biggest thing that stole the show for me in this one was the roles that Chadwick Boseman and Michael B. Jordan fulfilled. And I gotta ask this: does this redeem Michael B. Jordan from the horrors that is Fantastic Four?
Poor guy, yeah.
Poor guy. Like I didn't, because you and me kind of agreed we didn't hate him in that movie. But this was so much better.
Yeah,
so much better performance from him. Welcome to the Marvel Universe. You've earned it, Michael B. Jordan. Well, only to die, but they'll bring you back. It's okay. We'll find a way to bring you back. I don't know how, right off the top of my head. We'll find a way to bring you back. And then you can be Golden Panther again. And we're all okay with that. Yeah, like I want to nitpick this thing. I can't do it.
Yeah, I really can't either.
So I guess we just got to go into the next step. So what would you give as far as a score for this?
I think it's a solid 9 for me. I really had fun with it. Really good action sequences.
Yeah.
Really just solid casting, good performances all around.
I would agree with you on that. I would give it a 9 too. And the only reason that it isn't a 10 in my imagining is that I want more lore. I really wanted them to do more. Like we got that cool opening scene that kind of tells the story of how Wakanda was established.
Yeah.
I wanted more lore than that. I wanted more lore into the tribes and their mentality. Even though we did kind of get that with the Jabari tribe, we didn't really get that with the others. So that they were kind of like, we had to sit there and question a lot of stuff that they were doing. That's my only gripe about it. I wish we would have gotten more out of it. And I'm kind of hoping that the Black Panther DVD has a bunch of deleted scenes that kind of answer a lot of the questions that we had. And also I just want to sing the praises of holy crap. This was the one thing that they could have gotten wrong, is how to paint Wakanda. And they did it perfectly. Because in a lot of cases, Wakanda is kind of a Marvel embodiment of embracing technology, but at the same time also accepting our roots and accepting nature, kind of thing. And I've always liked that aesthetic to how they do things. I'm a little worried that because of the changes that this has decided to do, that's not going to be the case. As we saw, like, the way that I understand Black Panther is like he opened Wakanda up to the world, but not entirely. So he didn't tell everybody he has a massive mountain of vibranium. He basically just kind of kept things in the general sense of what people knew about Wakanda, and then let only a select few know what Wakanda truly is. In fact, one of the things I find funny is that the Avengers mansion in one of the series is actually, it houses the Wakandan embassy for the UN, and it's basically just a tree. So he takes an African tree, puts it in a pot, and puts it there, and he just meditates, and that's the Wakandan embassy. So I like that concept, but the way that the Marvel Universe is kind of painting this out is we might actually see vibranium weapons getting distributed to Interpol, to SHIELD, and to all those other places, which does...
Well, SHIELD is gone now, aren't they?
SHIELD is kind of gone. There is a SHIELD still in place, but it's not as big as what you know.
Right.
So, and also there's, by now I think there would also be another agency called SWORD, which is not only learning to defend against these threats, but also learning to fight them.
Right.
Kind of thing. So I think actually in Infinity War we'll find out about SWORD, and at that point we'll have that as well. And yeah, like I said, with Wakandan technology actually out, that changes the equation dramatically for Infinity War. I would actually dare say in some cases, we've seen the trailer where there's multiple battlefronts. If you actually see vibranium weaponry in those, it evens the odds, kind of thing. So I'm looking forward to what this basically entails, because I think this is the last Marvel movie we're going to get before Infinity War. Is it?
I don't know.
I think it is, because it's in May.
Yeah.
So I don't think we're getting any other movies. The next one I think that's slotted is Ant-Man and the Wasp. So There you go. So yeah, I think we're both giving it a 9 out of 10. As far as price, what would we recommend for it?
I think anything will do for you fine.
I want to see this again in Atmos. A lot of the music was really good.
Mm-hmm.
So I almost want to hear that in Atmos just to see how it changes the equation. Cause man, like all of the tribal music and all of the sounds and everything like that, they immerse you in the world that you just entered.
Yeah.
Kind of thing. And so I would actually love to hear this in Atmos. So I'd recommend you could probably see this primetime.
Yeah.
You could see this primetime and get enjoyment out of it. And if you wanted to do something, I don't know if I'd recommend 3D, although 3D would probably look pretty good for this.
Yeah.
3D would probably look pretty good. I would recommend Atmos. Atmos, I think, would be amazing for this movie. But yeah, well, your recommendation is roughly that, or
Yeah, just anything that suits your pocketbook here. So
Yeah.
you'll probably have fun. You probably won't be disappointed.
no, this is definitely one of those things where I probably would have paid for a couch for us to sit back and watch. But yeah, that's gonna go ahead and do it for our vlog of Black Panther. If you guys want to reach out to us and ask more individual opinions, like how do you feel about how Lupita Nyong'o worked out as a character or whatever, you can do so by following me on Twitter at Drak2326, and you can follow him at AlexJShort and ask us individually. And when we return for the next vlog, it's literally going to be a month from now as we tackle the Alicia Vikander Tomb Raider.
Yeah.
So we'll see you guys then.
We'll be reading some tombs.
Indeed.